In this video, I'm going to go over what to do when the nozzle on your FM1 3D printer becomes clogged. Clogs generally happen because of unwanted material within the filament or from attempting a print with incorrect settings. For example, if you printed ABS material with PLA settings. If you happen to be nearby when the clog initially occurs, you'll hear the filament driver skipping on the filament like this. In this case, you would want to disable the filament driver using the E-disable switch on the front of the machine, then stop any active prints and go through the nozzle clearing process. For this, you'll need a spool of PLA filament. If you don't happen to have any PLA around, you can still attempt to clear the clog by following the first half of the video. Secondly, you'll need the metal cleanout wire that came in the setup kit with your Fablicator 3D printer. If you've lost it since receiving your Fablicator, you can contact us to get more. To clear the clog, you will first want to heat the nozzle to full temperature by going into the Fablicator program and hitting Set. When the nozzle reaches 240 degrees, hit the button labeled Reverse in order to back the filament out of the nozzle. If the filament is not being caught by the driver, attempt to gently pull up on the filament while the driver is spinning in reverse until the filament is caught. If the filament will not budge, you will have to follow the link in the video description below to the advanced nozzle clog video and follow the steps there. Once the filament is removed, you next want to clear the clog using the metal cleanout wire that came in the setup kit with your Fablicator printer. You will want the nozzle to remain heated in the Fablicator program. Being extremely careful not to touch the nozzle with your hand, slide the cleanout wire up into the tip of the nozzle. It may take a little effort to do this if there's a piece of material jammed in the tip. Push the wire all the way through to the hole for filament in the top of the extruder housing and pull it the rest of the way through. Afterwards, you may actually be able to see a piece of material that was jamming your nozzle stuck on the tip of your cleanout wire. It may be a good idea to run the cleanout wire through the nozzle 1 or 2 more times just for good measure. For the atomic pull, you'll still want the extruder heated in the Fablicator program. First, you will want to install your PLA filament by disabling the driver using the E-disable switch and then pushing the filament partially down into the nozzle. Make sure you turn off the E-disable switch and then, using the Fablicator program, extrude the filament down through the nozzle. If the driver still skips on the filament and has trouble extruding, you will have to go back through the last steps again of clearing the nozzle with the metal cleanout wire. After the printer is finished extruding, turn off the heat to the nozzle in the Fablicator program. Now keep an eye on the extruder temperature as it falls. It will take about 1 minute to reach 100 degrees, at which point you will want to pull the filament up out of the nozzle. Make sure you have the E-disable switch turned on ahead of time. The idea behind the atomic pull is that any unwanted material in the tip of the nozzle will become contained in the filament as it cools and pulled out with it, so it's a good tool to have when dealing with your 3D printer. Now we'll wait for the temperature to fall to 100 degrees, and when it does, I'll pull the filament up out of the top of the nozzle. If you continue to have nozzle clogs after clearing the nozzle the first time, It could be caused by a particular roll of filament. Try clearing the nozzle and seeing if the clogs occur with a different roll. Thanks for watching this video, and please feel free to contact us with any problems or questions.